time for rock news on 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station. Let's check in with Lynch and Taco and see which rockers are making the headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. 101.1 WJRR.
All right, rock news is brought to you by a ticket takeover going on right now until midnight. If you follow us at 101.1 WJRR on Instagram, you could very well put yourself in a position to scoop up 4-day passes for Welcome to Rockville.
You heard it right. You heard it right. 4-day passes for Welcome to Rockville. Follow us at 101.1 WJRR.
You'll see Chumley's post there. Just do as instructed. You'll be qualified. Mm-hmm. All right. Now that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony's done after a couple weekends ago, some news coming out with some of the artists that were involved, including Soundgarden, who on the third time being nominated finally got the nod. Guitarist Kim Thale clarified some plans moving forward for some of this archive stuff that the band has been trying to get out there for quite some time, but there had been ongoing legal issues with the widow of Chris Cornell, Vicky. And Kim says, look, looks like we've got this stuff resolved where next year it'll be the 30th anniversary for our Down on the Upside. So we're going to do a special package for that with some stuff from the archives. And then we also think we finally got the green light to get that stuff out there from 1989's Louder Than Love sessions that haven't seen the light of day yet. We'll see. We'll see what the new year brings.
30 years, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, that's just for the one album.
I know.
Obviously been around longer than that.
I'm just saying it's just crazy when you think back to those two. Wow.
Former Black Sabbath manager, a guy named Jim Simpson, he managed the guys prior to them becoming Black Sabbath, when they were known as Earth.
Okay.
He got Sharon Osbourne's attention over the weekend when he went on the socials and announced that he has his intention of releasing a collection of 1969 demos from Earth that haven't been heard yet. It's called Earth, The Legendary Lost Tapes. Sharon Osbourne immediately fired back, saying, as you know, the band do not want these tapes released, not least as they haven't heard them, despite saying you'd provide copies long ago. You have not. You know that as a band, Black Sabbath don't take things lying down, and you can be assured that if you go ahead with this against the band's wishes, we will take any action where their rights are. Well, this is going to be all put on hold now, as the legal process will undoubtedly play out. Mm-hmm. Kiss this past weekend reunited for their 3-day Kiss cruise, landlocked in Vegas. It was the same kind of thing they do on their infamous cruises, but only in a on-land setting in Las Vegas, including a nice nod to the late Ace Frehley, where Paul Stanley basically said, look, and he told it to the crowd there, we certainly had our differences, but that's what family's about. Let's take a moment, think about him looking down on us, and have a moment for Ace. And there you go. So it was nice to see them acknowledge and remember Ace, because obviously the fans, all loved Ace. So It was good to see them do that. Limp Bizkit had a concert scheduled in Estonia next year. That has now been canceled over Fred Durst's past support of Vladimir Putin. This came up from years ago. The concert's been canceled when Durst, back in, I think it was 2012, when he married a Crimean-born Russian makeup artist. I can't even say her name.
Yeah,
he's not even married to her anymore. They're divorced, but he appeared to speak in support of Russia's annexation back in 2014 of Crimea, and then talked about Vladimir Putin, praising him as a great guy with clear moral principles and being a nice person.
Hey, Fred, stay out of it.
There's bands that insist on doing the political thing, and that's fine if they want to do that.
Still do it at a concert I'm paying for.
Well, he didn't do it at
I know he
concert.
didn't, but I'm saying other ones that have, when you're sitting at a concert, the music's good, and this douche is up there slamming whatever.
Yeah, everybody has an agenda these days, so I mean, I don't see that changing anytime soon.
The one thing that I really like about Rockville, which we were talking about, is it seems like Wimmer is like, None of that.
There was some of that last year.
What? The one thing by Green Day in one lyric?
Some of these side stages there.
They're a bunch of crap.
Congrats to Disturbed's David Draymond. He got married this past weekend to what he refers to as his goddess, Sarah Yulee, in a beachside wedding in Florida, which is where he lives now, right here.
That super hot one,
in the Sunshine State. Yeah. And of course, Disturbed is going to disappear from the radar for a while. Speaking of getting into political stuff, Draymond, noted Israel advocate, very vocal about his support, and that's caused him some grief in some circles. Vinnie Paul, the late Vinnie Paul, I don't know if you knew this or not, Taco, but he loved to cook and grill and whip up his own, concoctions. Mm-hmm. Several of those are now going to be available at the famous Rainbow Bar and Grill on the Sunset Strip. His epic barbecue sauced cheeseburger, his Texas-style cheesesteak sandwich, and lemon pepper wings are yours to feast on thanks to the Rainbow, one of Vinny's all-time favorite spots. And then all this stuff is also in a cookbook that had been put out. But yeah, he used to whip stuff up all the time.
Yeah,
man. He said, it's just like loving. If you're a musician, it's because you absolutely love music. If you love to eat, you probably love to cook. It's a lot of the same mindset.
Yeah.
And then let's end with this: Megadeth in outer space. As you know, Megadeth is putting out a new album, which will be their final album. Before calling it a day with an extended tour that Dave Mustaine says will go on for several years. But he said if he has his druthers, he'd like their last performance to be in outer space.
We're talking Blue Origin or something?
Yes, that's exactly. He's like, look, I've seen these so-called celebrities being sent up there for a little while. Maybe we could arrange to go up there and rock it out one last time at the edge of outer space.
I don't know how long it stays up there.
Want him to play Hangar 18.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would ask.
It's appropriate.
That's what I would ask for. That would be kind of cool. Going up in the Blue Origin this time, it's the members of Megadeth who will perform one last song. Don't know if that'll ever happen, but it's an interesting proposal, Dave. There's your rock news.
Follow the
On demand. Download the iHeartRadio app.